Julian Marley draws on his hit-making producer brothers Damian and Steven, as well as Shaggy and Beenie, in the making of his first studio album in almost 10 years. And we have seen the Montegonion invasion of dancehall in the form of Ryging King, Teejay, Tommy Lee and more over the last year or so. But what about Roots Reggae? Where is the second city on that front? Could a new artist bear the answer to that question? He'll be here, that new artist, with his music and story. We will showcase and you decide. From comedy bus to radio and television to now selling out venues, Dufton Shepherd comes to recount his winning journey. All coming up right here on our stage, plus this week's E-News, reviews and more. All coming up right here on our stage. My name is Winford Williams. We'll be right back.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. Onstage, so much more than entertainment.
And now, top stories making our E-News and reviews this week.
Buju Banton's Long Walk to Freedom tour made its second stop in the Bahamas last week. And according to a viral report from a Bahamian outlet, the event was poorly supported. But though we aren't certain what the numbers were, video clips and word-of-mouth accounts suggest the exact opposite. And the sources close to Banton told Onstage that the Gargamel was very pleased with the Bahamas show and is looking forward to the Trinidad leg on April 21. In the Banton's own words,
up to this date, when my name is placed on the marquee, I haven't turned up and sing for a handful of people. That hasn't been in my history, and I give thanks. Yes. And I knock on great wood for that.
And now, videos making our video stage this week. Conscience is on a roll this week as his video for Broke Off Your Back reached a whopping 160 million views on YouTube. The Subconscious artist also released his latest video this week called Bubble Gym. Hit-making machine Ding Dong teamed up with labelmate Teejay for their hit single Braff. These are the images associated.
Pull up a nice street, jump out, I Jeep, grind me, go get a grand bag. Every gal I so sweet up top, I run it straight, she want roll with bad man, gal I say we flare it.
Journalist turned recording artist Milton Ray has released the controversial visuals for his single Made in China. Here's a quick look.
I want to hang with Mr. Chen. Chinese please, take your little breeze. When I wanna run away with the cheese.
And you were introduced to him right here on stage. Winford's nephew, Jer Swaby. Man's World is his latest release.
I've got so much to say. Don't know what it's about.
And we're happy to report that the 2019 Love and Harmony Cruise winners have been selected. Jason Williams made the presentations.
Upcoming actress Chantal Jackson is the winner of our 2019 Love and Harmony Cruise giveaway, and we have learned that she is currently on set shooting her next big thing, and we're going to find her right now and tell her the great news. Hello, Ms. Jackson. I'm here to tell you that you are the 2019 winner of the Love and Harmony Cruise giveaway. So,
I won?
You won. How do you feel?
I won! Live! I won! I'm going on a cruise!
And this is your first time on a cruise?
Yes!
And you're looking forward to it?
Yes!
As you can see, she's very excited. I mean, what else can we say? This is the perfect surprise. So Chantal Jackson will be going on the cruise with. Who will you be going on the cruise with?
With Nadine Rollins. She don't know yet, though. Me I can tell her now.
No, you can't tell her now, because we are going to tell her.
When you can tell her, you're going to office to surprise her too? Yeah, do it. Go on, go on. Go on now.
All right, congrats.
Thank you.
So we're here now at the office of Nadine Rollins, and she's about to find out that she has won this amazing prize. And of course, Nadine Rollins is the manager of Chantal Jackson. So let's see if we can go inside and find her and break the good news. Hi Nadine. So I'm here to tell you that courtesy of Chantal Jackson, you will be going on the Love and Harmony cruise. She won the competition. How do you feel?
Really? She won it? So when are we going on this cruise?
You're going on the cruise on the 13th of April.
I was hoping that you'll go now. Can I just grab my bag and then we go on the cruise? Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh wow.
So I'm here to deliver the good news.
Oh wow, this is great. It's a good thing I dressed up today for work.
Yes. So not to run from the camera or anything like that.
Well, thank you so much, Chantal. I really appreciate what you did, because you know what? Chantal and I have really been working hard together. You know what we've been doing, just to get Jamaica's film industry on the map. And this wonderful actress is such a wonderful person, and you know, she means a lot to me. So I'm really happy that she did this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
Is this your first cruise?
Yes, and I can't swim. Oh my God, Chantal, I love you. Oh, I'm so excited. This is great. Jason, you surprised me. Oh, this is wonderful.
All right, congratulations to our winners. Looking forward to seeing them on the cruise. Stay with us right here on stage. Still to come, Julian Marley draws on his hit-making producer brothers, Damian and Steven, as well as Grammy-winning voices like Shaggy and Beenie for his first studio album in nearly 10 years. And we have seen the Montegonian invasion of dancehall in the form of Ryging King, Teejay, Tommy Lee, and more over the last year or so. But what about Roots Reggae? Where is the second city on that front? Could a new artiste bear the answer to that question? He'll be here with his music and story. We showcase, and you'll decide. But first, from comedy bus to radio and television, to now selling out venues, Dufton Shepherd comes to recount his winning journey right here on our stage. We'll be back.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On Stage.
From comedy bus to radio and television, to now selling out venues, we're talking about no other than Dufton, the man, right now, right here on our stage. Duff.
Redford, yes, I am here.
Good to have you, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Before we jump into how you come to sell out venues, okay?
Right.
And what is it that you're doing in the venue to cause them to be coming in the kind of numbers that you're pulling right now? Take us back to your beginnings.
Ooh.
That comedy bus moment. You won, right? Did you?
No, I didn't actually.
You didn't?
No, fifth.
You were placed
like fifth? Like no medal. Third place get the medal. Fourth place and fifth place.
So what did it do for you? Comedy bus.
It was an introduction to stand-up comedy.
Yes.
There's a difference between just sitting amongst your friends and just talking to them and giving jokes.
Yes.
To making a transition to stand-up comedy on a stage.
Yes.
I was great at sitting with my friends
and give jokes. So they were the ones who encouraged you?
No, actually, here what happened. I was very much involved in corporate Jamaica. In a 9-to-5 shirt and tie and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I felt it draining my energy. I was like, 12 o'clock every Sunday, I get a headache. 12 o'clock every Thursday is like a party. Week soon finish.
Okay.
And a friend of mine told me about Comedy Bus and said, hey, this competition may suit you, try out for it. I'm like, but can't hurt. And I went, it was in Hertfordshire at Limelight Club, and they were having auditions for Comedy Bus, and I got ticket number 6, I think it was, ticket number 7, one of them. Have a picture of that. Them tell me they are suffer Winford.
Hungry days.
Winford, they get right now. Man. So that started the journey in 2018. 2000 and the auditions were 2007. The show itself was 2008. So that's where I started.
So do you attribute your success to comedy?
Of course. To comedy?
Yes.
Listen, I am a comedian. You have some persons who say they do comedy. I am a comedian to my core. I have that comedic third eye that I see stuff through that comedic lens. So I am a comedian. So everything that oozes out of me is comedy.
So radio, television, and now selling out venues.
Selling out.
All of that, comedy.
Listen,
attributing that to comedy.
Comedy.
All right, let's talk about comedy in the context of Jamaica, because all of you, so many of you are very good at it.
Right.
And you know, you give the jokes, you get the audiences, you're selling out venues now. Where is it now in terms of globe, in terms of movies, sitcoms, and those things?
Okay, like when you hear about comedy, there are so many different aspects of comedy.
Yes.
As you stated before, you have movies, you have sitcoms, but we do stand-up comedy.
Yes.
A lot of times when you say in Jamaica that you do comedy, people go, so you do plays? No, I don't do plays. I am a stand-up comedian. No, there's a spin-off. There's tons of things you can do based off stand-up comedy, that different aspects, different offers that you can explore. Now, Jamaican stand-up comedy is a tsunami. There's a comedic tsunami that is happening. It's on the horizon.
Right now?
Huge. It's huge.
Stand-up only.
Stand-up comedy.
Only.
And I'm specific. I'm not saying only. I'm talking specifically stand-up comedy. Because over the years, stand-up comedy in Jamaica hasn't gotten the respect that it should have. When you think about stand-up comedy outside of Jamaica, in the Caribbean, in Europe, in the US, in Canada, all over the world, you have huge stand-up comedians. And we'll sit here as Jamaicans and watch them. Especially, look at the Outburst show last year. It was sold out based on an overseas stand-up comedian. But you still had 4 local acts
and you take
on the show. Yeah, but so what is happening is that we are evolving and we're growing, and we are now, I think, on the cusp of just stepping into that greatness.
Into the mainstream.
Into the mainstream. And Sunday was a testament to that.
But major hype, isn't he? Didn't he get a chance to a mainstream opportunity?
Well, he had to.
At BET?
Yeah.
How is that doing?
He's doing great at it.
Yes?
He's doing absolutely great. He's representing our culture and other Caribbean cultures at the same time.
So would you consider that a gateway to, it's a gate open there? Or how do you see this, his call to mainstream?
His call to mainstream is great.
Yeah.
I think there are different avenues and different platforms that we can execute that process.
Yes.
He did it that way. There are different ways that you can do it.
Okay.
Everybody's searching for content providers now. And stand-up comedy is huge content. When you look at Netflix and you look at these streaming platforms, they are paying comedians for their stand-up comedy specials. And my stand-up comedy special is called Slightly Unhinged, right? So that is somewhere that I want to get to, and I think it's not very far.
That's where you're aiming right now?
Of course, and beyond.
What are some of the barriers, though? Because we kind of, we are ready. We don't play number 2.
True.
Jamaica.
Very true.
We want to feel that we're among the best in the world in anything we're into.
We are.
So what is taking us so long to get into mainstream just up north? That's an hour away.
Acceptance. And we also have to do the work, which we have been doing, to elevate our product.
Okay.
And I have to give a big shout out to Johnny Life Comedy Bar, which gives us that platform every Tuesday night to use as our classroom to practice. Because normally as a comedian, in past years, you have to wait on a one-off comedy show to practice your craft. Johnny Life Comedy Bar gives us that classroom where all comedians, everybody is welcome to just go out there and practice. And I've used that. I've been there every week. Wait for them to say every week, every week.
All right, so talk about the big sold out situation. You said, that's incredible, though, you know. So
it is. Really, say it again. It's irony, incredible.
Incredible, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're incredible. All right, so talk about it. The venue and what's the piece? Why is this so successful for you?
For me, it's because it's a huge step in my journey. It's been 10 years. I didn't say 10-year challenge, Slightly Unhinged, just because I wanted to just put a title there. I have been doing stand-up comedy. When we started planning it, it was 10 years. Yeah. Or when we thought of it, it was 10 years. 2018 would have been 10 years. 2019, when we had the show, we're going into 11. I've always kept this statement in my mind. When I did Comedy Bus, I mean, rest in peace, this lady called Scarlett Bihari. She looked at me after I came out of the competition and said, if you want to do this, don't just learn the art form of comedy. Learn the business of comedy. It's something that you can spread right across a lot of platforms. Music, drama, but she told me, not just the art form, or the business. So while I'm growing in the art form, I was saying, how can I turn this into a business? Yes. My brand, me, Dufton Shepherd, into a brand. And that's where you get radio and television. They're all a part of the brand. Now, after the Outburst Comedy Show last year, which was great, that's a story in itself. I was very happy and pleased for the kind of feedback I got. And me and Johnny were talking, me and Chris. I call him Chris, and Johnny, Jamaican. So I said, Chris, next step, say, I feel like that comedy specialty right now. I said, yeah, Duffy, yeah, man. You, Johnny talk, you are the man now. You must do it. So I said, all right, cool. I can put together a team and do it. So we brought on Street Cred, Janice Young, my best friend. She does MF Elevate, she and her husband Fred, social media. Christopher John Daly, he has Johnny Life Productions, who did the production for the show. Okay. Which when you see the clips, you see, great. And we sat down and we said, okay, how are we gonna do this? Thought of the venue. And the name was like, I think it was great. It was Unhinged first. And then I went home and thought about it and said, no, slightly unhinged. Gives that to be more character.
Okay. And so that did the trick.
And we put the 8 o'clock show out there and it sold out. Like my heart swelled up, big sold out show. So we had to add a 5 o'clock show and we had got a great turnout for that. It was an amazing, amazing show.
So you're thinking business, the business of comedy. It's an interesting concept, idea, and something that should be, in my view, promoted in Jamaica. Because
it should. And I'm happy I'm speaking to you because you're helping with that.
Okay, well.
Not just here.
It's your platform, sir.
No, your platform. You are the great win for William.
So let's look at, we're small. We're a small island. And if you want to be successful, it's a smart move because I think that is what's lacking. We do not have the support services in Jamaica for many of the industries that we have, or what we call industries. Because of our size, you can't keep people employed in those things. So you, Mr. Creator of comedy, of content, of whatever it is that you're doing, and you're the original, you're the conceptualizer creator, you will have to understand the business of whatever you're creating.
Excellent.
You understand? In order for you to go forward, because in other places, like in North America, which is so close to us and influencing us all the time, there's a whole support. People can, Janice can come in, and she's making a killing out of just being a consultant to you, a publicist to you, whatever. And she can give you full time because you can afford it. Because when you're boss, they want to
you're speaking.
When you boss, when you boss, a lot of people paying the bill.
Yes.
You see, but in Jamaica now, you will have to be accountant, sometimes lawyer. You have to be a whole heap of people in order for your little business to work.
You also have to understand, well, I'm the creative, like the team that I put together, I know what I want.
Yes.
But I need a Janice. I need a Mel. I need a Christopher Daly. I almost say, I need a Johnny. Look over that much of their life. For them to put the entire thing together.
Absolutely, but you must know what you want, so much so that you can literally manage, direct, micromanage even your support staff, because only you as a creator really know what you're seeing it.
Definitely.
And only you see it the way it is before it happened.
You have to understand that the show wasn't a comedy show.
Yes.
It was a comedy special. And the difference is a comedy show, you have a collection of comedians that's coming to do a show. A comedy special is what you see Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. Your comedy special, that is, you watch it on different platforms, and that's what is sold. So I did a comedy special. It wasn't for profit, it was for the content.
Yes.
No, this is what's going to be packaged and sent overseas so that you have more traveling and expand to the Jamaican comedy base. Because even though we're small, we're a hub. We know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Would you, is it ready to tour?
Of course.
I mean, anywhere?
Of course.
Mainstream even?
You're right.
You wouldn't have to alter anything?
No.
Okay.
You have to alter a little things here and there because of where you go.
Yeah.
But the show is complete in itself. I did 1 hour on stage.
Okay.
It's complete, and I spoke about my life, which is what you do as a comedian. You talk about your life and put the spin on it. So you won't see the entire show on any platform for maybe close to the end of the year. Clips will be sent out so that you garner that interest, and you can do the shows and you tour on it. And after the tour is done, then you put out the special while you're planning.
Okay, so when all right, so talk about when will this end, this season?
The season, okay, well, we have a meeting, we have some more meetings this week to see because Kingston was a huge success and there are persons who want to come to the show. They want it, but we're not doing it in Kingston again for now. We have to take it outside of Kingston.
So you're touring the island?
We're gonna do several more shows. So we have to plan that. And then there's some also interest overseas, so we're going to have to explore those before I think of bringing it back to Kingston. I want to do that first.
So the demand in Jamaica is such? So you're going into every town in Jamaica?
I'm not doing necessarily every town, but I'm doing like the major hubs. So maybe Ocho Rios, maybe Oche, Montego Bay, Mandeville.
Well, I'm calling on them to pressure you, to make you bring it in every nook and cranny.
Pressure me.
You ready?
I say pressure. Pressure me. Yeah, man, call me.
Yeah, man.
Call me, contact me, because it's not just a victory for Dufton Shepherd and Slightly Unhinged.
Absolutely.
It's Jamaican stand-up comedy on a whole, because all of us go overseas and do shows, you know, and I mean, we rock the shows, we rock it. It's not just play something, you know. We rock the shows. Why is it we can't have our own shows then?
Well, you guys are the first to break down the barriers.
It was history. Sunday, it was history.
The glass ceiling, and there's a little hero in the making. His name is Johnny Daly. Chris Johnny Daly, whatever.
Hero in the making. He is a hero.
No, man.
He's one of my comedic heroes.
Let's have a Marcus Garvey.
I call him that. I call him, you know. And he said, don't come. And so I said, brother, what you are doing.
Yes.
Because I look at him as competition, good competition, because of how many years and experience. So when I see him on stage and I see that level up, I'm like, what? Level up, Duffy. You have to level up too. And it's there. So there's no competition that I want to knock him off or he wants to knock me off. Both of us are just, I see him as that person that inspire me.
Right. Just remember me when you was here, so when the mainstream thing starts.
Thank you for calling me.
I would call you for a little interview, you'll come. That's all I want.
I did.
All right, so there you have it right here on our stage. Dufton, the man. Shepherd. All right, stay with us. Still to come right here on stage.
I want you to know.
Indy Allen answering the call for Roots Reggae in the West. And later, Julian Marley. All coming up.
Soon there be no stoplights on red. Yeah. Soon there be no dark clouds ahead.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
So we have seen the Montegonian invasion of dancehall in the form of Ryging King, Teejay, Tommy Lee, and more over the last year or so. But what about Roots Reggae? Where is the second city on that front? Could a new artist bear the answer? The artist's name is Indy Allen, and he's here with his music and story. We showcase, you decide. Indy Allen, right now, right here on our stage.
Much love and respect, Winford.
Listen, man, welcome, welcome. All right, sir, so where in Mobile are you from?
Well, I'm from a place called Tucker, Irwin. You know? Born and raised in Montego Bay and grew up in Tucker, Irwin.
Okay. And how do you answer that question about roots in this invasion? Do you consider yourself part of the invasion of dancehall? or is it just roots? Your roots, so you don't see yourself invading the dancehall space?
I love all genres, you know, and once you do word sound, I consider myself, you know, an artist who do word sound, message music, and that transcends all genres, you know, so it will find itself in the dancehall space,
yes.
You know, R&B, hip-hop, anything. I mean, once you speak in word, them always say, you know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So once you speak in consciousness, it will transcend all barriers.
So do you feel this is your moment in music?
Yes, yes, I do.
It's time for the world to know you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And when the name's from Montego Bay, well, let's call it the invasion of our music. Because for a long time, Montego Bay has been knocking. We've had artists coming out today, Jimmy Cliff or Jacure, Mackie Conscious, and more out of Montego Bay over the years. And all of them are reggae artists. Okay, so you're walking in the footsteps of those guys.
Some great people.
Yeah, some great guys as it relates to Roots Reggae. And for a long time, dancehall had been knocking, and finally...
Door fly open
last year. And why not Roots? So we are happy to see you, sir, that your roots are, as you call it, word sound. And so therefore it can drop anywhere. So we hope, though, that we'll see more artists like you to sort of bring a balance to our go on in Second City and out west.
Yeah.
Because things not pretty out west right now.
No, it's not. I mean, to be honest, like, even the inspiration behind that song, it came about when, you know, some things unfolded in Montego Bay.
Yes.
Because, you know, my cousin got shot and then I lost my grandaunt to gun violence, you know, and she's like elderly. So, like, certain things, it kind of reached to the point where me being away from Kingston, because Montego Bay, I moved to Kingston in about 2011. Spent time in school there, you know, honing my craft and thing with music. After going back, you know, seeing those things, you know, knowing, say, the place where I grew up, you never really feel the same, you never really feel like home. You know, I had to just use that as inspiration to start a conversation.
All right.
To start a conversation.
Stick a pin right there. Let us go to the conversation right now on this record.
Everybody want a snap, we have a lot of views. Some do anything for cash, some pay a lot of dues. Some want to be running in the latest shoes, while the owners make a profit while you're dead for you own a view too much.
That's his music. Living in the wild, wild west. I suppose the title is Wild West, right?
Yeah, the West. The title is The West.
Is the West. And so that's your conversation.
Yeah.
And in my view, it is indeed word, sound, and even power. Are you making a difference? Are you reaching youths with this record?
Well, that is the aim, and it has to start from that conversation, that initial conversation, because the solution and the answer to even this conversation is that peace, you know. Once we understand the whole concept of love, Jah love and peace, despite these things happening, you always see, you know, children playing in the street, and there is hope. So that is the ultimate solution for even these things happening, you know. But we have to start the conversation to bring awareness of why, you know, we don't accept these things, you know. And that's where it came from for me, for, you know, pen a tune like this, because those instances affect me personally, and I just wanted to share, because I said, boy, if you know I come from a place like that, I don't like what I see. Yes. And I have to play my part as an artist, as, you know, as a human being. So,
what is your understanding of why youths so wild, so to speak, to use the wildness? What is your understanding of it?
One of the things that I think about is the system, because as you can see in the video, well, the video focuses on Johnny, and I know a lot of Johnnies, you know, growing up from my community where them not today here, you know, today now because of certain choices that they made, you know, and the system kind of influences or kind of put certain barriers for some of these people, you know, who them don't have any other way out or any other choice, or them things say, boy, alright, I need to go down that particular part there. And I think that's one of the things them will bring out, you know, as you would say, the wildness, or, you know, some people think they don't have no other choice but to follow one part, or, you know, to live this type of life. But I always say to that there is always a choice, you know. We have free will, and every man have for them choices, for them road, for them journey to live. So there should be a conversation so you don't have to go that route. You know,
Yes.
always.
But do they believe in that promise, the promise of Jamaica? There was a time when even our music could suit the people. So in your view, are we, the words really still have power?
Yeah, man. I mean, music is a spiritual thing and it's a very powerful thing because, as you can see, music impact all, you know, aspects of life, you know, how we talk, how we walk, how we dress. So it definitely is influential and it definitely carries that spiritual power. So it's for the singers and players of instruments to know, say, we are blessed with that, you know, task. As me would I like to think of myself, I'm a vessel. So I can't think to say, oh, you know, me just carry the message with hopes and aspirations for to reach as many people as I can.
Well, my friend, I can only wish you well. We're still praying for Montego Bay and the West in general. We love the West. We love the people. It's our people. We're one Jamaica. We don't, personally, I don't see the West as being different from the rest of the country. And I don't see individuals from the West any less than the people from elsewhere. They're the same people.
West is a nice place.
So, oh yeah, we used to be so excited about going to the West.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the West is about fun and a lot of, and there's so much that the West offers to us. We're looking forward now to Sumfest coming up, you know what I mean? Big festival in Montego Bay. Can't wait for it to happen. And yes, we know that it will be nice and Montegonians will come out and enjoy themselves, but they're in pain.
The music I can provide some form of healing at Sumfest same way.
And I hope they're listening to your type of music, and because you know naturally, young people are more inclined to be dancehall lovers, and so on. And some records in dancehall now are now addressing the same issues. I hear that too, but I think that everything that can be done musically, because one thing we know, even the man they shatter them still are listen to music.
Exactly.
And every music to them, not just listen to dancehall neither. Them listen everything. Them listen everything.
Our gospel too.
Our gospel, yes, gospel. So talk a little bit more about your background now. So you were born and raised in
Montego Bay, Tucker Irwin.
In Tucker Irwin, and you went to school where and so on. I know you came to Kingston to study what? What did you study in Kingston?
I did a bachelor's degree in jazz and pop performance at Edna Manley.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So that was after Rising Stars. So I auditioned for Rising Stars in Montego Bay. So that's when my professional music career started in 2011.
Yes.
When I came to Kingston. And then, you know, after the competition, placed fourth, after the competition, started school, you know, found myself in a band with my classmates as well. And then after that, no, band never really worked out. 7 different minds, 7, you know, different direction and thing. After that, I finished school, released my first independent EP, you know, unofficially. And then after that, I found myself under the mentorship of Mikey Bennett.
Oh. So yeah. You're from Mikey Bennett's studio. I didn't know that. Wow. You're in good hands, boss.
Mikey Bennett, he has always been looking out for us as songwriters and thing, and him a lot of inspiration. So basically, 2018 was the first official release of my single Catch a Fire, and then that ignited a lot of performances abroad.
So you're pretty much on your way, my friend. Just that it's not that sensational. It's as cool as the Roots, but with more staying power. So don't underrate the impact of the Roots Reggae.
True.
It is more permanent. It sits there and it's timeless. Okay, so talk about your family now. Your own family background and
background. Right. Well, it's just me and my brother and my parents. And parents been married for 33 years. So it's that kind of background I'm coming from, where I see strong family values and love and support and everything. So that inspired me as well to be a family man. So I'm very, very family oriented.
That might have saved you.
Yes.
From the other side of Montego Bay.
Definitely. Because all of that love that I experienced growing up, that is very important too. And you know, sometimes when you don't have a father or a mother in the place, sometimes the music can step in and then inspire and you know, impact or evoke that emotional love in some of these youths. But I had my parents there, and that definitely helped. So, because I wasn't always the best behaved when I was growing up, and I used to get in a whole heap of trouble when I was going to high school. Cornwall College, all the CC man, them bless up on yourself.
But, well, I hope your parents straighten you out. Or whatever, we don't care what straightened you out. So long as, brethren, you're behaving and you're sounding and embracing, you know, values of upliftment and ascension to greater heights and transcend poverty and them time into a future time which is promising better. But it's good to meet you in the blessed man. We look forward to your more work from you. We don't want to pressure you, but we just as a brethren, we would like to see you take the reign and for one like you to rise in Montego Bay and inspire others to sound and to behave like you, boss. All right, there you have it right here on our stage. In the Allen. Stay with us, still to come. Julian Marley. We'll be back.
So no giving up, straight roads are up ahead.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On Stage. So much more than entertainment.
Julian Marley draws on his hit-making producer brothers, Damian and Steven Marley, as well as Grammy-winning voices like Shaggy and Beenie Man, in the making of his first studio album in almost 10 years. Julian brings to our stage right now tracks from the album.
Oh yeah.
Julian Marley, right now, right here on our stage. Julian, sir. Blessings.
Yes,
welcome.
Yes.
Okay, so the album was released in January, right?
Yes.
So how is it doing?
Well, it's good, blessed so far, greatness. It's been #3 on the billboards.
Yes.
So that was a greatness right there. And we're doing some promotion and we're getting a lot of good feedback from the fans and mostly everyone, you know.
Okay, so who are the fans and where are they, your fans?
Well, some of the Rootical fans stemming from anywhere from Europe, America, all over. We have fans everywhere.
It's global?
Yes, we're trying to build the fans right here in Jamaica, you know. But yeah, global.
Okay, so we're here to help you to make sure that happens.
Aye.
And so so the album is doing pretty well. #3 on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart, right?
Yes.
Great. All right, so how is it working with your brothers on a project?
Naturally, it goes each way, 3 away each way, or like this album, per se, I kind of started on my own in Jamaica.
Yes.
But then even while we're working on it, I was still sending back the tracks and say, yo, bros, listen to these tracks and tell me what you think, you know? So we're always corresponding within the music at all times.
Yes.
And working, you know.
Were there times when all three are together in the studio doing this project?
There was times, yes, there have been many times that we're listening and figuring out what we want next on the per song, you know, different songs.
So you share producers' credits as well?
Yes, yes.
Cool. You have Beenie Man on there.
Yeah.
And Shaggy. Why them? Why did you choose them to be on it?
Well, you know, it's the type of songs that, well, the two songs that we work with. First of all, Shaggy, you know, Too Hot to Dance. We have a song called Too Hot to Dance. And the rhythm itself, and the whole concept, you know, and, you know, I wanted someone to join me on that track, you know. So it's a natural thing that the only person when you spin 360, you know, who fits exactly, you know, the vibe is Brother Shaggy, you know.
So you're actually hearing these voices.
Yeah, I hear before.
And style. You hear them before you actually call them up in production.
Yes.
All right, so let's go to some tracks from the album right here.
Yes.
Straight roads are up ahead. Play it safe, no sudden breaks. Hey Jack, can I depend on you? My friend, can I depend on you?
All right, the name of that one, Hey Jack, and before that, Straighter Roads. Wow, two wicked tracks from Julian Marley from the brand new album.
As I Am.
As I Am, right.
Yes.
That's the name of it, As I Am. That's the title of the album. Go get it. Okay, sir, so these tracks are getting rotation? Must.
Yeah,
it's a nice record.
Coming up now, yes. So we're doing some promotional work right now, so it's going great so far.
Okay, so where will the promotional work take you?
To the ends of the earth and around and right back around again, you know, because, yeah. Obviously, the message and the music is non-stop. For me personally, yeah, any which part we can, you know, can put it out and get it out there. We are there, you know.
Yeah, so it's 10 years, Reggie. Why so long? Why did it take you so long to do this thing?
You know, 10 years, I know it's 10 years. 10 years goes very fast, number one.
Yes.
Time doesn't wait for no one. That's what we learned, you know. And also, I haven't really been in a rush. I'm not really in a rush, because music is within the blood. I love music from yay high to everlasting. So music for me, we don't rush music. It's like, it's an inspiration that I got, you know. And I just found myself writing a portion of songs all in a set of time. And then when you check it out, you have like 18, 19 songs. So I was like, whoa, all right, look here. Album time, you know.
So again, I want to ask you about your brothers and you. And we saw you on the cruise, and I heard from Damian how you felt about it. Because it's something you guys do from time to time. And I was there and I saw, this is the first time I'm actually in the audience when it's happening. It was quite an experience for the people on the cruise last December. And for me too, personally, because I've seen videos of you guys and so I've never caught you. So many of you together, all of you, together on one stage. What was your experience like, your own?
Well, that experience on a Jamrock cruise is almost like, you know, you deserted on a reggae island. Food, reggae music. I mean, you don't need to go nowhere, reggae music.
Yes.
You know, that's the, you know, so it's something that, you know, for me it was a very special thing and never experienced anything like that before. So that was a great, you know, it's a great cruise. The cruise.
Yes.
Performing together, that is double fun because you know, it's so much of us. So there's no stress and nothing, you know. By the time you sing 2 songs, up comes Junior Gang, then Ziggy, then Steve, then Kimani, then we come back around. So it's like it's an enjoyment. It's like almost like we are playing football. Who's scoring the goal next? Whoever's up front, pass the ball, bang, goal. So,
but the audience appeared to have been mesmerized by it because it's like they couldn't believe that they were seeing what they were seeing. You know what I mean? Because it's, though you guys, you know, you've done it before, and for you, it's just another one of them.
Yes.
To the audience, some people were like looking, am I really seeing this?
It's true.
You know what I mean? Seeing all of you sharing mics like you did there.
And even for me too, even for each individual, it's, you know, when you come together, you still have to say, wow, look at this. It's a power that kind of power is a different, you know, power when brothers come together and putting out one energy, you know, it's one focused energy. That is, I felt that greatness, and I know each individual, you know, my brothers, much less even, you know, the audience that are feeling this wonderful vibes that we.
Oh yes, it was powerful, Ryging.
Yes.
Well, Julian Ryging, thanks so much for coming and sharing with us this album.
Yes,
and continue to do the good work, Ryging.
Thanks. We'll give you something for your diet too.
Thank you. As I am.
As I am, this is it.
Bless you. There it is. As I am. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Blessings, give thanks.
Well, good boss. Blessed love.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's our show for this week. Winford Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On Stage. So much more than entertainment.